Can vinegar help you lose weight?
Today we ask, what are the benefits of vinegar and does it help with weight loss? We are hearing a lot about how good vinegar is, but how are we supposed to take it and when? And are there some people who shouldn't have it?
As a health coach and a wellness coach, we ask the questions so you get the answers. So let's get started
Wait, what?
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Kamna. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I think you and I laugh so much that people would love to hear it.
This is true. We could just go on the show with a comedy routine.
We could. Yes. Anyway, all right. I'm excited about today.
I am too. I've been wanting to really research this for a long time about vinegar.
I researched it and then I don't think I researched it enough.
I agree with that completely.
So there might have to be a part 2 where you and I try some of these things that we learned and then come back to it. Because I think
I like it.
People want to hear it. So anyway, what's going on? What happened? I don't even remember your call to action.
I remember my call to action because I didn't really do it, but I really had good intentions.
Okay.
So my call to action was to put my legs up on the wall.
Oh,
and, we had talked to the lymphatic massage people, and I thought, well, sort of modified it. I elevated my feet, in the recliner or in the bed.
Yeah, they said you don't even need to really put it above your heart. Anyway.
But I think it would have helped me just because I've been walking and standing a lot. So I thought maybe it would relieve some of the pressure, and my legs and my feet have been hurting so much. So I'm still going to try to do it. I think it will benefit me, but because I was traveling, it went completely out of my mind.
You were traveling and had fun, and who wants to think about call to actions when you're out having fun, right?
By the way, if anybody wants to see pictures of my trip, it's on our Wait What Facebook page, so it is there if you're curious.
Join our Wait What page. It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
So, what about you? How was your call to action?
I believe my call to action was with the 2 vegetables and 2 fruits a day. Okay. I don't even remember, but if that isn't, that's what I did anyway.
Okay.
Okay, here's what I discovered. I don't get in my vegetables on Saturdays and Sundays, very rarely.
Because you're not planning your meals? Is that what?
I'm not, no. Because during the week I have a salad for lunch and I put vegetables in it. Mm-hmm. So that's a guarantee. And then on the weekends, it's more like if I don't really know for sure, like I don't plan vegetables very well in my life for my family either. Because they don't eat them, they'll end up throwing them out. So, but I'm doing pretty good with it, but it is a conscious thing. Like I have to think about it. I can't just wake up and then get to the end of the day and have eaten 2 vegetables. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Fruit's probably pretty easy. So
fruits are very easy because they're very, very palatable. Mm-hmm. Vegetables, you have to dress them up, and
I can't just grab baby carrots and eat them. I need dip, or I need to steam them and make them. So it's not something that's easy for me.
Yeah, and to be honest, I prefer cooked vegetables over raw. So that's more work.
So much. You're right. And I hate cooking, so it's even harder for me.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, it was fine.
It was fine.
Not great.
Good.
Fine.
Yeah. Well, we got to keep trying at it. That's all.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's all we can do.
All right.
So, what is the thing that you love?
Okay, so the thing I love was given to me by my friend Lauren, and it is called Yerba Mate, Yerba Mate, like mate, and it's a wake up eye gel.
Oh.
Okay, now she gave this to me in a little gift bag when I smashed my face. Remember when I cut my eye out, fell asleep and all that stuff. Anyway, so she gave it to me then. She got it at Target. It reduces the signs of puffiness and plump the appearance of fine lines. Now, don't judge my eyes today. I actually did not put it on today. It's a little tube. It's really cheap. I think it was like $5, maybe $6 at Target. It's like this yellow tube. It is, are you ready for this? It is cruelty-free, it is vegan, and it is fragrance-free. Okay?
Perfect.
So it's a great product. I actually, you put it around, I put it under my eyes. Okay, so here's what I do. This was going to be my thing that I love, but I just changed my mind. I have a purple and a green crayon, face crayon, and I put that on under my eyes first. Purple and then the green.
You have a color corrector.
Yes. And then I put this eye stuff underneath it and then I rub it on the top as well.
Oh.
And it wakes your skin up, it makes you look brighter and less puffy. And it fills in your lines.
Do you think it works?
I think it does. I mean, I feel like when I do it, I don't feel like my eyes look as tired. So
So you
maybe,
wouldn't put it underneath your color corrector? You put it on.
maybe I just put my color corrector on and then I do it. And then I feel like it blends in my color corrector better too. Does that make sense?
So interesting. I would have thought the opposite, but that makes sense to me.
I mean, probably. Now, don't forget, I don't have any makeup or color corrector on the top or the
Mm,
sides. So my color corrector just goes underneath. So
right.
I think that maybe that's beneficial in a way. I'm
Okay.
not really sure. And I'm sure maybe I'll play with it. Maybe I really just like it and I think it feels good on my eyes and it
Mm,
adding moisture to them because sometimes my eyes can be dry. I like the way it feels.
yeah.
So even if it's really not making me look younger or less puffy, I think it helps me feel less puffy because when this eye was swollen from the thing, I completely noticed a difference with that.
Well,
But I'm not
sometimes we
just
need it. This morning I was like, I need something. That would have
see,
been really helpful.
I'm not a puffy person typically. I'm more of a dark circle or yellowish
Mm.
tint around my eyes. So, but when I was swollen, I totally can tell a difference when I use this on the puffiness.
Oh, I'm
So
gonna
I
go
use
pick
it
it
every
up.
single day. It feels
Do
so
you?
good on there. Yeah. And I don't have the box because I threw it out, but it has pretty clean ingredients from what I remember, and it's cruelty free and it is vegan. So, have you
And
guys
fragrance free.
fragrance free? Target. It's in the Target. Target has a
Okay.
whole new line. It's this Yerba mate stuff. So
All right.
I really like it.
Or Yerba mate, what's the name of it?
That's the name of it's
Oh,
Yerba mate Wake Up Eye Gel.
okay.
Goodmolecules.com. That must be the brand. Good Molecules.
Okay.
Anyway, try it. Let me know what you think.
I'm going to. Because there's some mornings where you're like, man, I need a little help.
Yeah, and
And
it's
then,
not expensive at all. Go on,
well, and
sorry.
you remember in the old days they used to, well, I think maybe still, but they used to recommend Preparation H.
Yes, and they say that's not good for you now.
No, it doesn't even sound like it'd be good for you.
No.
So I think this sounds way better than using a
Okay,
hemorrhoid cream.
very good point. Okay, wait. So wait, let me just read you this. It's delivered from natural antioxidants and polyphenols, and it also protects from UV light. It has caffeine and something in it, acetyltryptopide 5, I don't know,
Wow.
and 3 forms of hyaluronic acid to help plump the appearance of fine lines.
Wow. That's a good find. That's a good
It's
friend.
hydrating. Um, yeah, it says you're supposed to put it underneath your moisturizer. I don't. So maybe I'm doing it wrong. Who knows? I like it. It's $6 for this. And I think
Okay.
it's gonna last me a long time. I've already been
Yeah.
using it for 2 months and it doesn't even look like I've used it. So, and it is good molecules.
I like products that you don't have to use a lot of it.
Yeah. I actually might start rubbing it around my, because you could see I have lines here on my lips. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try rubbing
Okay.
it around my lips. What's the worst that can happen?
No, it's true. But you're
Plumps up the lines. Anyway,
true. But
okay.
you're a young'un, so you know.
But I have lines here from drinking with a straw, and I think when I sleep, I must sleep like with my face like squished. Do you know what I mean? Because they're all along my lips like that. They look like
Yeah.
I'm like a heavy smoker sometimes, and I'm not. It just looks that way. Anyway,
Yeah. That's probably from the straw.
I have more lines there than I do on my eyes.
Really?
Yeah, look. See? I don't have many
Yeah, yeah.
lines by my eyes, but on my lips, I do.
Hmm. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Well, whatever can help. I don't know.
I agree. All right. Well, that's my thing I love.
Let's let's jump into this today.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Yes. So, you know what was really interesting to me, and I don't know why I never thought of this or knew this. Vinegar is based on an alcohol that's fermented and
Yes.
turns into acetic acid. I
I
had no
didn't know this
idea.
either. I didn't know this either. And I was so fascinated by this because I watched all these videos on how to make vinegar.
Really?
How do they make vinegar? Like they meaning whoever they are. And I was the same thing. I was like, it's probably one of the cleanest ingredient things you can buy.
Really?
Yes. It's that clean. Like, it's really
Wait, so tell me the videos that you watch, what did they
so
show?
so they're not adding anything to it. Like, they're not adding things that are chemicals. It's like they're taking rice and they ferment it. And
Mm-hmm.
then they let they actually make it turn it into alcohol, and then they let that sit, and then the oxygen oxidates it and then takes the alcohol out, basically.
And turns it into the acetic
And then
acid,
turns
which
it
is the
into
thing
this.
that's, yeah.
Yes. I don't know if I explained that right, but it was really interesting when I was watching all these videos on it.
That does sound interesting to
It
me because
starts with pretty much water.
I think different alcohols, different vinegars have
Mm-hmm.
different bases, like
Mm-hmm.
apple cider vinegar or rice wine or whatever, but it's
Mm-hmm.
all like, except for one, they're all alcohol based.
Mm-hmm. Alcohol based, but they're not going to get you drunk.
No,
You know
because
what
the
I mean?
alcohol's gone.
Because the alcohol goes away, which is
Yeah.
the most fascinating part to me.
Yeah.
But I still get confused because I thought like if you just left grapes, that's going to turn to wine, right? But
I
then
think
it
there's a little more to it.
right, but then it also turns into red wine. You can make red wine vinegar with it.
Ah,
So it's so confusing, but it's really clean. There's nothing added to vinegar. Nothing.
yeah, nothing.
It's very good for you.
Yeah. When I was probably just settling my home with young kids, I learned about vinegar from some relative, and they're like, put it in when you're making like Chinese food as the sourness part. And so I bought the giant white vinegar.
I buy that all the time.
That's not, and you're like, it doesn't taste that great because that's not really great for
Cooking.
eating. Yeah,
Okay, so you're talking about the jug of distilled white vinegar.
right.
No, you don't know. I don't know. That was horrible of me to just assume that. But you don't know that that's what we use to color Easter eggs.
Oh, I don't know that.
Okay, so right now, this time of year, everybody's buying the big jug because in order to color Easter eggs, you have to take that plain distilled white vinegar and you put it with the dyes that you buy in the store or whatever. And that's what makes the eggs turn their color.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So everybody that I would assume is making Easter eggs, I mean, I guess you could buy it in the little jars, but there's no, I mean, I buy that by the gallonful,
I do too.
right? So now I buy it by the gallonful for that, well, this time of year, but I clean with it.
Yes.
Since my kids were little, all of my floor cleaners have been done with vinegar.
Yeah. I
Now I
use
make
that too.
Now I make toilet cleaner out of it. Now I make a million other things out of my vinegar. Now I make my laundry. But you guys all know I make my dryer sheets with it. So now
Hmm.
I use vinegar a lot. And I even have more after this episode.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when I learned how to make paneer at home, which is the cheese that you boil the milk, and when it boils, then you add like a gallon of milk, and then you add a quarter cup of vinegar that's diluted with water.
Okay.
And when the milk boils, you add that into the milk and turn the heat off, and then you stir it, and the milk curdles,
Okay.
and then you make the paneer or cheese out of it. And that's what I use the big giant bottle for, in addition to cleaning.
So versatile, isn't it?
Oh my God. And we haven't even gotten to the food
Okay.
benefits.
Yes. Now let me just tell you guys all. Vinegar to some people might not like the smell of it, but the smell does disappear.
Yes, it
So
does.
even if you use it as a deodorizer for your carpet, which is really good for, or deodorizer on your couches or whatever, it's so good for that. That smell is going to go away and it's still going to benefit you. So I think that if people just can't pass the smell,
Do you want to get into the non-food uses, or do you want to go into the benefits health-wise? Where do you want to start?
I think we should do health.
Okay.
Because it's actually, both of them are super interesting to me, but we'll do the health.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're about.
Yes, that is true.
Okay. Go for it.
So the one thing that I have been hearing recently on social media is how vinegar helps with reducing blood sugar spikes. So I was kind of curious about that.
Okay. Me too. Because there's something called the dawn effect. Have you heard of this?
No, tell
Okay,
me.
which is what I think I'm having that problem right now. The dawn effect is when people test their blood sugar in the morning and it's high for
Mm-hmm.
really no other reason. It's fine throughout the day. And they're finding that taking don't quote me on this, I think it's 2 teaspoons at night are going to help with that. So I was reading pretty much the same thing as you. Like, it is so good for blood glucose levels.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why. Do you know why?
So what it does is the vinegar tells if when you consume carbs. So let me back up.
Okay.
If you take a tablespoon of vinegar,
Is it tablespoon? Okay.
preferably like apple cider vinegar in a tall glass of water, a half an hour before you have lunch and a half an hour before you have dinner. So that's 2 glasses with 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
Separately. It helps slow down the digestion of the carbs. And if that happens, stay a little bit level in terms of your digestive process, and your body's not like, whoa, here's all this energy. What do I do with it? It's like, let's just calm down, everybody. Let's just figure this out. Take a minute. And that's what the vinegar does. It tells the carbs to just take it easy.
That's okay.
Instead of like rushing all this carbs and then subsequently insulin into your body, and then it doesn't know what to do, it slows everything down.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's so. Okay. I thought that was it. So stimulates.
That is what you're saying to do before you're eating. The one I read was all about going before you go to bed. It should be 2 teaspoons of vinegar before you go to bed, and it can improve your condition of type 2 diabetes. The research revealed that it has a stimulating effect on insulin.
Yes, I did read, though, if you have vinegar before you go to sleep, it can make your acid reflux worse. So just be a little mindful if you have that problem, I think.
Okay, I would never, and you're supposed to dilute it.
Yes, right. Always, because it can be really bad for your teeth.
Yeah. So that's an important thing too, is like we have to dilute this sucker.
Absolutely.
And make it taste better somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
It's also antibacterial. So I'm just going to read this. It's an antibiotic type of microbial substance active against bacterial infections and antibiotic medications. So
what does that mean?
If you have, like I just finished a round of antibiotics, and if I have vinegar, it's going to help resettle the bacteria in my stomach. I'm not saying completely.
Back up for a second. So we're not talking about the jug vinegar now. We're talking about apple cider vinegar or a flavored vinegar.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Or rice wine vinegar or a different, okay.
Right. Or in a salad dressing.
Balsamic vinegar. Okay. Right. Something like that. Okay.
Right.
Just making sure.
So when you have an infection or when you have antibiotics, it completely disturbs your gut microbiome, which we talked about before. And when you have that, you need it to be sort of regulated again. And the vinegar, it sort of helps take care of some of that. So it's good for your gut health.
So I should be having that right now because I'm on like the antibiotics for my skin.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I don't think you necessarily need to drink it because some people are like, I just don't want to drink it. There are so many different forms. You could have it in dressing. You could have it added to your food. You can eat pickled food. You could have it in a supplement form if you got the right dosage from your doctor and all that.
Okay.
So
it's also an antioxidant.
Tell me what that means.
So I don't really know what an antioxidant is in general. You might know more than me, but it also it's one of those that I was reading about skin as well. Like if you mix 2 parts of water to 1 part the apple cider vinegar, and you can use it on like a cotton ball and rub it on your face. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to help clean your face, get rid of any kind of bacteria or gross stuff that causes breakouts and stuff like that, which I thought was really fascinating too. Yeah. But we could do a whole episode on what an antioxidant is because I truly feel stupid. But I don't know what an antioxidant is. Can you
let me just Google it really quick because I want to get it right, and I think I know, but sometimes you get stuff wrong.
Well, so you hear all the time on how good it is, but Oh wait, but I'll tell you this while you're Googling it. In many cultures, vinegar is used to improve your immunity, and it is associated with a longer life and strength.
Okay, because if it helps your gut microbiome, then it increases your immunity and health. Does that make sense?
This makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Okay, so I think I was right. What happens in your body is it's a process where these free radicals end up in your body. Okay. And if there's a dysregulation in your system, and I don't know the exact mechanics of it. Okay. And if your body can't use those free radicals and turn them into usable things, they sort of get floating around. And the antioxidant leads to removal of those free radicals.
Oh, that's right. Okay, now I would think you've explained this to me probably 50 times. Yes.
No, it's a complicated process.
So you have
the liver and all
bad
that.
Things floating around. And the antioxidant comes in and grabs those bad things and gets them out.
Yeah.
Okay, in a nutshell. And that's
In
what
a
vinegar is
nutshell.
helping you do. It
Yes,
helps you
yes.
grab that stuff and get it out of there. Right.
Yeah,
So,
because if it's slowing down the process and digestion and all of that, then your body has time to do what it's supposed to do.
okay.
Break down the nutrients, take what it needs, leave the rest, use the ones that can be reapplicated. That's not a word. Reapplied,
Okay.
and then
Well, I thought it was.
ferment the ones that need to, and then remove the waste. So it's a very complicated process, but if vinegar slows all of that down, your body's like, okay, I got this. I'm good.
I can't even believe the stuff that vinegar can do.
Seriously.
We're just talking. So I just mentioned this, your face and your skin, and how it's good for that. It also helps balance the pH on your skin, which we all have pH levels in our body and on our skin, so inside and outside.
Wait, I just want to make sure I understand. Are you saying that if someone has like acne or something, it would help with that?
Yep. And it also will make it feel softer if you do the mixture. It also is extremely beneficial to sunburned skin.
Cool.
So I don't typically get sunburn. I don't know why, but I don't. It's just my skin coloring. But if you ever have sunburn, water and the apple cider vinegar together make a really good mixture. You can put it in a spray bottle and spray your skin, and it'll help soothe it. And it also helps remove toxins from it, and it makes it softer. So,
Wow.
first of all, let's back up and just say how cheap this is compared to
Mm-hmm.
buying sunburn cream and
Yes.
buying face stuff. Like, all we really need is a bottle of apple cider vinegar with the smother, and there you go.
Yeah. I also was reading that it can help with people who have eczema.
Oh.
So if you take and you should test it out because it doesn't suit everybody, but soak a towel with some kind of, the production of the apple cider
Right.
vinegar and water, and then apply that towel to your skin if you can, where it is. It can help reduce the inflammation that's causing the eczema.
I'm going to Google that for sure, the exact ratio, because that would be so fascinating.
And it can also help with your.
Yep. I discovered that it is it's best for your hair by applying a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar on the scalp. Don't think I'm not doing that today, because I'm going to do it
So
today.
you shampoo, then you apply the vinegar, you wait a few minutes, and then you rinse it out.
Okay, here's my only question. I only have apple cider vinegar in my cabinet without the mother.
It's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So the mother is for more when I'm eating it or digesting it.
Well, I think there's two schools of thoughts, and the little bit that I did of reading is that we're sort of jumping around, but the apple cider vinegar with the mother it's sort of like the organic compounds that are used to start the vinegar process are still in the apple cider vinegar. There's some conflict of the little bit of reading that I did that is it beneficial, is it not? I would err on the side of it's beneficial because it's the natural organic compounds.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't hurt you to digest it or to use it. So
it's better for you to get it with its mother, which I don't know what that exactly means. It's just its place of origin.
I can tell you.
Is that why it's called that, the mother? Because it started from the mother?
Yes. So the mother of vinegar is the gelatinous mass of cellulose and bacteria that serves as a vinegar starter.
Okay. And we're talking, when we say bacteria, this is good bacteria.
Good bacteria.
Okay.
The mother contains probiotics, which promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria.
Okay. So you want the mother so that you can promote the growth of good bacteria when you are ingesting it.
Yes. And I've talked about using the apple cider vinegar with the mother for soaking your lentils to remove the lectins, which can be really abrasive for some people's digestion.
So that would help us not be so bloated.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
God, it's unbelievable how good it is for you.
Okay. Yes. Here's the big money one. I think you probably found this one too, right?
I think.
It helps with weight loss.
So I can't, first of all, I'm going to take it for my morning dawn thing anyway, and my sugar level thing. And when I read that it helps with weight loss, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get 2 benefits from just taking this at night. Could it be that easy?
Well, every little thing that we do can help us. And why not?
It's something about the metabolic syndrome, correct?
It helps to curb appetite and increases satiety levels, which then boasts weight loss.
It's so interesting to me.
There was one other thing which I think the weight loss is connected to the blood sugar regulation and the gut health, and it's all
It's
connected.
all connected.
But the one thing that I was surprised about is that it
Okay.
helps with lowering your cholesterol, your bad
I
cholesterol.
saw that too, which I have high cholesterol. Like, this might, if this is real, like, if all of this is real, which, by the way, I watched YouTube videos on this all day, and every single one of them had backed up science to it. And not just like people like me and you doing science in our homes, like real
Mhm.
studies were done
Yeah.
and on people, not lab rats or lab mice.
Right.
And I think that's really important to point out. There were some that were just done on rats, but majority of all of the things that I found today were all done on people. And these
Yeah.
report.
And that's important
Yeah,
because we need to know how it affects human beings.
right.
There's a compound called chlorogenic acid, which prevents the occurrence of LDL, which is the bad cholesterol.
This
I
is crazy.
thought that was so interesting.
Me
So,
too.
for an average person, like I'm probably not going to drink it. Let's just be honest,
I'm gonna.
okay?
Okay.
You because we're opposite.
Right, of course.
I'm not going to drink it. I know myself. I would rather eat it in my food. So, like a good homemade salad
Okay,
dressing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or a cleaner, like a store bought salad dressing, or if something is fermented with vinegar. I love pickles. I could eat a pickle. And if that gives me the benefits, I would rather have it that way. Or if somebody likes kimchi or coleslaw, that's all has vinegar in it.
All right, so let me rephrase my thing. I would rather eat it too,
Hmm.
but I don't eat it enough, so I'm going to definitely have to
Right.
drink it.
I am really curious about the supplements. That's definitely something I want to look into.
Okay, so I only found 2 videos on that because, by the way, I was watching YouTube while I was doing other stuff on vinegar.
Okay.
The 2 people that were both, they were said they were doctors. I didn't verify their
Okay.
things. But anyway, they both said that the research is showing that swallowing it in a supplement form is not as beneficial. So I don't know if you found opposite, but that's what I found this morning. It is not as beneficial.
Well, I think it's harder to control the right dosage for yourself,
Yeah.
and not everybody can take it, so it's just important to know. But I think that's so interesting.
I mean, it definitely needs us to do a little more digging on that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what I'm discovering. Also, they're saying it's also way more expensive than just
Oh,
buying
yeah. That
vinegar,
is for sure. Yeah.
making your own concoction of salad dressing or balsamic.
Supplements are so
Or,
expensive. Oh
yeah,
my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
and have added stuff in them usually.
Mm-hmm.
And if we circle back to what I said at the beginning, like vinegar is extremely like basic and they don't add a lot of crap to it. If you're taking a
Right.
supplement, they're adding more crap to it usually.
Right. Right.
Even to put it in the little form requires something to make that little pill capsule thingy. Do you know what I'm
Very
saying?
true. Yes. Yes.
So, anyway.
There was a few other health benefits which I think are actually really interesting.
Okay.
There's a possibility that it can decrease food allergies. Now, I say this with caution because
Okay.
if you have a severe food allergy, don't go by this. And I'm not a doctor, and neither are you. So
No.
we're
Far
just
from.
doing our own little research.
Yeah.
But tests conducted on foods such as eggs, chicken, and lentils mixed with small quantities of vinegar showed that it decreased the signs of allergic reactions compared to food extracts without it.
It's really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really cool that it does all this stuff.
Taken before a meal, I think it can reduce the acid reflux and heartburn, which a lot of people have now just because of the kind of food or lifestyle or stress or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a natural way to help yourself. I would rather take this than a pill.
Me too. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about, did you read about UTI and kidney stones?
Yes.
I was so fascinated by that one too.
Yes. Tell me more.
2 tablespoons of it every day can help reduce high alkalinity in the blood, which alkalinity is increased by regular metabolism, which is balanced by, it's all this science mumbo jumbo, therefore making it a great choice for treating kidney stones and preventing urinary tract infections.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I've had a kidney stone. It is not fun. I would try to avoid anything to get it again because it's awful. So if you can have some vinegar in your daily diet and it like sort of cleans everything up and keeps the bad bacteria at bay, great.
believe how I can't, but this is what I'm getting from this topic is there is so many things it's good for. It's like a superfood. You know how there's a list of superfoods out there? I don't know why vinegar isn't on it.
I agree. I think they talk about fermented foods and they talk about probiotics, but
Yeah.
vinegar is a part of all of that.
Yeah. This one YouTuber I was watching said they need the marketing for vinegar needs to rebrand. Like they need to really rebrand vinegar because it's touted as like this stinky, like yuck smelling, tasting, sour thing, and it's so much more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
It can
all
also
right.
help with jellyfish stings, it can control oral bacteria, and it can help with hair care, which I think you mentioned. So,
Yeah, the hair care I'm gonna try for sure, and I will get back to you all back on that. I'm also going to try it for my sugar levels in the morning, and we'll see if it does anything. I'm gonna like data collect and do it with it at night, and then see what the sugars are after that.
so I think that's great. I
Okay,
can't wait to hear what you find. I did a quick 30-second, I just want to go through the types of vinegar, and
okay,
there's a lot of them. I only picked a few because I thought
okay.
it was super interesting. Did you do the same thing?
Nope, but I got something more exciting. Well, I don't know about that, but go on.
Oh, balsamic vinegar, which I think is my favorite.
I love it.
Yeah. It's the only type of vinegar not produced by fermenting alcohol.
Oh, what
It's
they?
made by aging pressed grapes.
Okay, so that's the wine thing that I was like, you can make
Yeah.
it grapes. Okay, so
White,
basically anything that is sugar you can make vinegar out of.
probably. Because
Okay.
alcohol comes from that, right? Alcohol comes from
Yes. Yes. Grains produce sugar, grapes, apples, fruits. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Go on. Sorry.
white wine vinegar. Say that 3 times fast.
Okay.
Is less acidic and more palatable than white vinegar.
Okay.
Vinegar can be kept on your shelf indefinitely.
And that I read that too. Like it doesn't go bad.
And then there was something that I don't remember writing, but like apple cider vinegar is made from pressing apples, red wine vinegar, there's a black vinegar. There's so many different kinds. I just couldn't believe the list.
So I've always loved that store in Hudson, Olive My Heart, which is an olive oil
Hudson,
store, but
Ohio.
they
Yeah.
always have a ton of vinegars there, ton of them. And I just love flavored vinegars. They're amazing.
So I want to ask you a question quickly about that. Is if you are tasting vinegar just
Oh my
without
God,
it,
it's so good.
is it?
So you can sip it. If you get a good flavored vinegar, you can literally sip it. It's
Really?
so good.
Huh.
So good. Okay,
Wow.
so that's just real quick what I'm excited about. And my family
Okay.
thinks I'm nuts. So you can make your own flavored vinegar. I know. I know. I don't even understand this. Okay, so
Tell me
what you
more
do
about that.
is you take dried fruit. And the reason for dried fruit is because regular fruit, you can do regular fresh fruit, but fresh fruit molds quicker and you want to make sure it doesn't get moldy.
Right,
Okay, so
right.
here's what I mean. So you have to stir it up every day. If you forget to stir it, it's going to
Wait,
get.
pause for a second. You're saying dried fruit like you buy dried fruit.
So I bought dried blueberries
Okay.
and I put them in a mason jar this morning and I filled it with water and then I put a
Hmm.
coffee filter on it with a rubber band.
Okay.
And it's just going to, because you need the oxygen to make the vinegar.
Okay.
And then you kind of like stir it or jiggle the jar every day. And in about 10 to 15 days, it should start tasting vinegary. And
Okay.
in 30 days, I should have flavored vinegar.
That's all you need?
That's all you
Water
need.
and blueberries?
That's all you need. So you can make any flavor vinegar you want by doing this.
That's so
So you
crazy.
can make a mango, you can make a peach, you could do yeah, I could add tons of different dried fruit and make my own concoction.
Are you going to take photos and document it or
I
videos?
started it today and I told my family
Okay.
don't touch my jar of
Okay.
that there. And my daughter said I'm basically turning into a pioneer, but whatever.
Hey, they had the best ideas though.
We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna
Oh
see
my
what
God.
happens.
I'm so excited that you're doing
I
this.
can't wait because I do love flavored vinegar. Pear vinegar. Oh my
What?
God. So good.
Really?
So good. Yeah. Cran pear with like some cranberry. This might be a thing. Like I might really get into this.
Wow. So there are some people who should really be careful about their taking vinegar.
Okay.
So
Tell
it can
me
have
who,
an
because
interaction.
is it me? I'll be so scared and sad if it's me after this whole episode.
It can have interactions with certain drugs like diuretics, laxatives, and insulin. If you have low potassium, it can make it worse.
Okay.
And if you have kidney disease, it's not really recommended.
Okay.
Or you should be careful.
Okay. So I think that's just ask your doctor first.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, ask your doctor. I mean, if you're having salad dressing with it, that's not going to be bad. But if we're talking about like drinking it or taking a shot of it or tablespoons or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's good. That's really good to point out though, because
Yeah.
some people. Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about the non-food uses because this one surprised me.
Okay, so the first one I'm going to tell you guys is, again, I'm going to try this summer. I can't wait to try it. It's a weed killer. Natural weed killer. You take, I don't know the exact measurements. I mean, I do know them because I saved the recipe, but I don't remember off the top of my head. You take vinegar, dish soap, and salt. That's it. You mix that all up. You spray it on the leaves of your weeds because you don't want it to do directly into the soil. Spray the outside of it is what I mean. And then the salt dries out the weeds, the vinegar kills them, and the soap does something that I can't remember, and you're going to have an all-natural weed kill without all that crappy Roundup and stuff like that.
My gosh.
And cheap. Cheap.
And safe.
Yes. Oh, yeah, safe. Your pets can eat it, any of that. Also, vinegar and peppermint oil is a bug repellent around your house. You won't get spiders. You won't get any snakes. It's also a snake repellent. Vinegar and peppermint oil.
It's so interesting.
I don't want snakes, bugs, or weeds. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I use it to clean my drains. Do you ever do this? Put baking soda and then some white vinegar, distilled vinegar, and then it bubbles up and you let it sit for a little bit. And then you run your hot water.
I just saw that video today, and I was, like, blown away by that.
I do it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because sometimes you're like, oh, it kind of smells funky.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So do you just, like, sprinkle that and then pour the vinegar?
I don't even use measurements. I just, like, if I want it to bubble enough. So I'm looking for the bubbling action.
It's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be used as a microwave cleaner.
I do that. I have done this many times. Yes, I have.
So if you put a bowl of it in the microwave and you turn it on, and then it loosens all the dried up food.
Mm-hmm. It does.
You clean your dishwasher too, right?
It does stink a little bit.
Oh, it does? Yeah.
It does. Your whole house will smell like vinegar. But I don't mind the smell of vinegar, so it doesn't bother me. But if you put it in your microwave, and then it will. But who cares? No, I don't clean my dishwasher. I guess I should.
No. I didn't realize either. You can put some in a cycle with no dishes with vinegar, and it's supposed to clean your dishwasher.
I know you can clean your coffee pot. I've cleaned my coffee pot with it many times.
Yeah.
You pour that in just where you put your water. You run it through like a couple times. Yeah.
It can clean your shower head. I've tried to do that. That's a little trickier. Because you have to put like a baggie around it and then tie it up.
I saw a different version of it though. With that.
What?
You just soak one of your washcloths in vinegar, and then you just put your washcloth on it, so you don't need a bag.
That makes more sense.
And I'd rather do that. Seems easier to me. Like just get an old rag, soak it in vinegar, stick it on there, and wrap a rubber band around it, and it should clean it all up.
Yeah, that's great. You said pet care. I think you said pet care, didn't you?
You can. No, I didn't say that, but I did read about like you can clean their ears with it. But I'm not ever going to do that because I'm nowhere near a veterinarian on ears, but I know you can.
It can remove pit stains.
Like armpit stains?
Yeah, like if you have a shirt that some people get like the yellowing, it can remove those stains from your shirt.
Really? I'm going to try that on some of my... Okay.
Yeah.
What about like grease stains? I wonder if it would help with that.
That I don't know. I think it depends on what kind of stain it is.
Wow.
You can clean scissors. Sometimes your scissors.
Yes. So then I wonder if you could clean like gummy stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, when
you can. I've done a label.
Oh my God, I'm going to do it.
I've done it. I've soaked a napkin with vinegar because I'm like, how do I get this label off?
Yes, that's what I need.
Left the jar. I think it was, I can't remember exactly how I did it. It had a dish of vinegar or something. I soaked it in there. I soaked the napkin with the vinegar and I put it on the jar. And then I came back after half an hour and it came off so easily.
Okay, so I have a stick. Somebody put a sticker in my car on
Oh.
like the dashboard, and it's got that gumminess on it. So I
Mm-hmm.
could probably do this. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
The most fascinating one to me
Okay.
was it can help you open a jar.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay, so if you have a jar that's really stubborn, and we've had those jars where you're like, all my tricks are not working. The spoon to release the
Right.
pressure or hitting on the bottom or none of it's working. And you're so frustrated because you're like, I just need to get this jar open. You turn your jar upside down. And I would
Okay.
put it probably in a dish or something so it doesn't create a mess. And then you pour vinegar around the edge of the cap and it helps to release the pressure so you can open your jar.
Like you turn it upside down and you pour it on like not the top of the jar.
No.
What?
But
How?
I don't know. It works. Vinegar is like a wonder
I don't understand.
creation.
I can't wait to try that one because I don't understand how.
I know.
I really truly don't. I know it. Like you could put it in your washing machine and it makes your towels softer. Like there's so many benefits to it.
So many.
I just can't. And if it's really gonna help me like curb my appetite, I am
Hmm.
so excited for that the most.
Yeah.
Could it?
Yeah. Why not? And if it lowers your blood sugar in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
that's great because then you won't be ravenous and you won't be eating so much because you're like regulated.
Yeah, so the bottom line I got from this whole topic is if you just Google vinegar and uses, you're going to be blown away by all the different uses. And then I really think you need to take a deeper dive into flavored vinegars because you
Yes.
will be blown away at flavored vinegar.
And the
My
types
favorite
of vinegars.
my favorite uses of flavored vinegar, I'll give you a couple. If you take a flavored vinegar and you pour it on some cottage cheese, delicious.
Really?
Good. So good. Don't eat cottage cheese very often, but it's so good. You can take flavored vinegar and put it on vanilla ice cream. So good.
What?
So if you get a good quality vanilla ice cream and then pour a little bit of any flavor vinegar on it that you like, it's delicious.
Wow.
Delicious. Also, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm going to try it with my flavored vinegar. You can supposedly just buy club soda or seltzer water and add vinegar to that, and you have a very good flavored soda, pop, whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
I haven't tried that yet, but I can see it. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why not?
What else have I used flavored vinegar for? I love it. It's so good on so many different things. But if I think of them, you can mix it with PB2
What
and
do you
make
do
like
with
a
that?
paste and then dip your apples in it.
Oh, wow. That sounds like it would be pretty good, actually.
It's really good. Yeah. Well, you
Huh.
obviously know about vinegar and French fries. I mean, who doesn't love that?
I've never
You know,
had it.
stop it. You've never had vinegar on French fries?
Never.
Like at the fair? And you
No.
put it in like a spray bottle and you just spray your French fries with it. It's so
I
good.
love ketchup so much, I don't think
Oh my gosh, you have to have vinegar on fries. It's so good.
I have to try it.
Mm-hmm. Vinegar is
Wow.
delicious.
This has been super interesting to
It's
me.
been fun. It's a fun one. So, all right.
So, do you have a call to action?
Yep, I am going to wash my hair in apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to try having the apple cider vinegar at night and see what it happens to my blood sugar.
I like it. I like it.
What about you?
I did not have anything connected to vinegar, but that's okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to change the way that I eat
Okay.
for a lot of different reasons. But I think when I snack, I want to make sure that it's only vegetables. I want to get rid of all the processed snacks. And I want to have vegetables ready. So if I want to eat something, I can have vegetables because I don't think I'm getting enough vegetables in, even though I try, but it's just not enough. And I think it would really help me overall.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I don't get
try.
enough vegetables in either. Good for you. I hope I'm good. I'm for it. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
And
Okay.
if I take the effort and just cut it up real quick, then it's just there. And my husband will eat it too, and I will eat it. And
You
it's
know, we have people in our call to action groups that buy themselves a veggie tray every week.
yeah, true,
I mean, and then you don't have to cut it up.
true.
Unless you like other vegetables that aren't in the veggie tray. Do you know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
think my problem is the other problem. I don't like all the vegetables in the veggie tray.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. You want different ones. Yeah. I get
Hmm.
that. So
Well, we're
I
gonna
can't wait
try.
to hear how it goes.
Well,
All
have a good
right.
week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.